Good day, everybody. Happy Thursday. How's everybody doing? We're going to get started here in about 30 seconds. Super last minute live stream today and don't have a whole lot of time. And didn't even update the thumbnail. I did, and then I had this update on my software, and then it changed everything. So hopefully everything's coming through okay at the moment. I don't have a whole lot of time. Like I said, I have to run and pick up my daughter from daycare here in about 20 minutes. So we'll jump into it here in about 10 seconds or so. All right, let's get things kicked off. Hope everyone's having a great day. We're going to take a look at Curaleaf's earnings. They did beat on their Q4 estimates for 2025, and they reported the full year earnings as well. It was pretty funny. It was Curaleaf, Trulieve, and Green Thumb. They all had 1.2 billion in revenue for the year. Pretty crazy, but they did beat in terms of their EPS and revenue estimates. So we'll take a look at the report, and before we do, make sure to smash the like. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff, and you'll be notified on any future videos. And like I said, my software, I updated all this before I went live, and then I went to go live, and then my software wanted to go through an update, and then didn't realize that by the time I started the live stream again that I had to go back and change it. So apologies for that. I just posted that video, though, about MSOS and the benefits of owning it. I'm getting that question a lot lately. How come I don't own more MSOS? And I get the question, is it better to just buy the individual companies, or should I just buy MSOS, and what the difference is? So if you haven't seen that video, you can check it out. I just posted it. But make sure to smash the like, all that good stuff, and you'll be notified on any future videos if you subscribe and tick the bell. Follow us on X as well, formerly Twitter. Handle for that is @GroupPow. So I'm still working, trying to get in touch with the Curaleaf team to see if they'll come on for an interview, but haven't had a whole lot of luck so far. I'm going to be trying to have a few other companies on soon. If you haven't seen my interview with Canara, I just posted that. And then I'm looking at maybe getting a Decibel one lined up again soon. But Curaleaf reports fourth quarter and full fiscal 2025 results. Domestic and international growth accelerate with gross margin expansion. So, and we know that they just got that record 500 million private placement. So I honestly haven't even really looked at the report in detail yet. I was just finishing the other video, then I went to the gym and I just got back, so I figured we'd go through it on the live stream. Didn't get a chance to join the call. If anybody joined the call, please let me know if there's anything any bombshells or anything like that were dropped. But let's just take a look here. International revenue of 51 million, fourth quarter gross profit margin of 49%. That's decent. And net revenue 333. And they had full year operating and free cash flow from continuing operations of 152 million and 89 million respectively. So let's scroll down here. Cash at the quarter 101.6 million, and we know that they got that extra 500 million raise as well. I think it was at like 11%, I'm pretty sure. But net revenue, yeah, everybody for the year. That was crazy. We had Trulieve, Green Thumb, and Curaleaf all had 1.2 billion. All right, so this was in the earnings prep video that I did the other day, this was the analyst estimate. So we were expecting around 328.5 million USD for revenue and negative 0.075 we would round it up to. And they actually had a beat, but still in the negative. So let me just scroll down here. It was right here. So the loss negative 0.05 per share. So that's a beat in terms of analyst estimates by a pretty decent margin. And then slight beat in terms of revenue. Like I said, we were forecasted at 328.5, came in at 333.1. So overall, decent quarter from Curaleaf. I think that the best is yet to come, right? 1.2 billion for this company. And, I just posted a video on MSOS, like I mentioned earlier. If you haven't seen it, you can check it out. But obviously, Curaleaf is the number 1 holding there as well. And they're the biggest company by revenue. They're my second largest holding, full disclosure. So I'm definitely biased. But, they're so much further ahead than any other company in the U.S., in my opinion, especially if you look at Europe and their international arm of their company. And, yeah, international revenue at 51 million. So I'm not going to read the whole earnings report you can breathe a sigh of relief. But yeah, when 280E goes away, just imagine they got a 50% gross margin. It's going to be insane how, and it's going to probably take a while, right? It's going to take probably another few weeks. I just keep saying that now to get everybody all angry. Just kidding. But no, realistically, it could come within the next few weeks. We get the DOJ ruling. I don't think there's going to be much really to come right away out of that. I think there's going to be lawsuits. There's going to be challenges, and then that's probably going to offset any kind of positive momentum. And then leading into the summertime, I think we could get the enactment, and then it's going to take a quarter or two before it starts showing up on these companies' bottom line, right? Once 280E goes away and they're able to deduct regular business expenses. So, like Boris Jordan said, if it wasn't for 280E, Curaleaf would probably already be paying a dividend, and he believes that these companies are going to be extremely high cash flowing businesses. So again, I don't think there's too much point in dissecting the earnings right now any further, because we know that Schedule 3 is imminent. It's not really a question of if, it's just when. And if it happens, in the next few weeks, few months, I don't think it really matters a whole lot. The puck is heading that way, and we know that that is ultimately what the executive branch wants, and it's coming from the top down. And the last time we had a presidential election, one side wanted to legalize it at the federal level recreationally, and the other side was for safer banking, rescheduling, all that other stuff, right? And they're all coming around, a descheduling commission plan for the summertime. So again, if it's the next few weeks, few months, who cares? What I think is the most likely scenario is we can actually get it enacted over Q3 or Q4 of this year. And then, it's probably going to be a quarter or two before we see it on the bottom lines, like I said. So we're probably like late 2026 or early 2027 at best. So again, let me know your thoughts and opinions on that. So I just don't think there's a whole lot of necessary, it's not a necessary exercise right now, because these numbers are going to change drastically once rescheduling happens, and then it's also going to just open up other opportunities for growth as well. But yeah, they beat. That was the most important factor, and they're still operating at a loss, but like I said, they trimmed that by quite a bit. So they did have a nice surprise there. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, look at Green Thumb. They absolutely crushed earnings, and the stock it was actually down today. So I posted a video on why, and it's probably because of that artificial gain that they had in the terms of EPS. It was like a crazy. Well, let me just bring it up here real quick. What was it, like? I think it was like 20,000% or something, or 2,600%. So surprise of 2,600%, and the stock was down. That's because, like I said, it was artificially presented in a way that they were adjusting the fair market value of the warrants, and essentially it ended up being a bigger gain. So if you haven't seen that video, you can check it out. But yeah, we need rescheduling. Like I said, it's not going to be one company or one earnings report that's going to lift us out of this. It's going to be rescheduling to Schedule 3 or better. And it's not just getting the DOJ ruling, it's getting past the challenge period. I don't think there's going to be anything like of merit. I don't think anything's going to stick, and I just can't see what argument they would throw out to prevent it. And I don't think anybody's going to really take them seriously. So I think that the best case scenario is we get it over the next few months, and it happens in the next, like I say, end of the year, beginning of next year, and then it's going to drastically change everything. So no need to really focus too much on individual earnings reports at the moment. And if we take a look at the daily time frame here, Curaleaf, we actually had quite a bit of volume today, but people just maybe de-risking a little bit before earnings, maybe, especially after the Green Thumb one. It's like, oh, we had like an amazing earnings report and the stock's down, so I'm not going to risk it this time either. But who knows? Overall, we just zoom out to the weekly time frame. We're looking pretty decent. I mean, we just had a huge move, and now we could see an EMA 12 and 26 bear cross. So yeah, I kind of take that back, actually. Oh yeah, and we had the bear flag. So I mean, overall, if you look from where we were at under $1 at 67 cents back in April, and then we did a 650% move. So even to current levels, we're still up over 258%. And even if we were to come back down to that weekly bear flag target, that it'd still be up 125% from April. So I think we're doing just fine. Like I said, they got the runway pushed out. They got the biggest raise in the sector at 500 million. I mean, just, chump change, right? Pocket change. But yeah, still yet to see that weekly EMA 12 and 26 bear cross. And there's tensions right now in the Middle East that every couple hours I'm seeing it rise and rise and rise some more. So it's not looking good. I can't see what would tank this other than the DOJ ruling coming out, and then the second it does, Sam throws the lawsuit down. If that happened, okay, it'd have to happen like perfect timing. But other than that, I would say, yeah, these tensions in the Middle East and things escalating, that could easily spook the market here right now. So we'll just have to monitor it, but it's saying that we could be targeting 151. We have to be prepared for that because we already confirmed a weekly downtrend. We already confirmed the bear flag, and we're very close to seeing the EMA 12 and 26 bear cross, and we're not yet in the oversold territory. So still a couple weeks yet before we see a stochastic and a MACD bull cross best case scenario. And yeah, we might be coming back down to test that 50 weekly there at 197. We're trying, and we still have yet to see the death cross. The death cross could occur over the next, I would say, couple of weeks as well. Best case, yeah, maybe in the next week or two. But look at it, we're just sandwiched right into this thing like a tornado, just right at the vortex. All right, so I think that's pretty much it. I got to get running here soon. I love her, she love her. Don't know what that means. All right, yeah, so like I said, we could be heading to weekly oversold as well. It's not looking too good at the moment. And like I said, I don't have a good feeling about these tensions right now rising in the Middle East. I don't think it's going to be, full on, end of the world, so to speak. But I think the media might really want to run with it. And yeah, if we get any kind of attack, there was all kinds of things said by like China, and I think Russia was, if anything happens in Iran, it might not be good. So like I said, things could escalate quickly, but it might just be threats at the beginning, and then, yeah, we'll see if it fizzles out. But either way, no matter how you slice it, it's not what we want, and you never want to see that going on in the world, but we have to be prepared for anything. Thanks, Rod. No problem at all. My pleasure. Kaz Deville? All right, going in it there. If anybody has any takeaways from the conference call, please let me know in the comment section after the fact. If you're viewing the live stream after the fact, like I said, I didn't even post it on socials or anything. I just basically went live, and like I said, I don't have a lot of time, so I got to run now, pick my daughter up at daycare, and they close in like 10 minutes. So like I said, overall, not a bad report. I wouldn't expect too much movement into tomorrow. And overall, the chart's still bearish as well. So like I said, one earnings report, two earnings reports, two companies, it's not going to matter. Even if the whole sector was showing, positive momentum in the fundamental side, it's just nothing's making sense, right? And I think all of that is because investors, big players, they're just sitting on the sidelines. They know when rescheduling to Schedule 3 or better happens, that's the go signal, right? And we know that Canopy, when they invested in, Constellation Brands, when they invested in Canopy, they said in a recent interview, maybe not that recent, maybe 6 to 12 months ago now, but they said, hey, we don't think we were wrong. We think we were just early. And I think a lot of other people are trying not to make the same mistake. And I think big money and big institutions, big corporations are just sitting on the sidelines waiting for that rescheduling to happen. And then once that happens, you're going to get the descheduling commission, you're going to get banking, you're going to get your uplisting, all of that. So it's coming. It's just a matter of when, not if. All right, let me know your thoughts and opinions on the earnings report. And if you're on the call, let me know. I'll try to catch the transcription maybe and see if there's any nuggets that they floated out. All right, have a great night. It's Rod with the Pow Group. Thanks again for joining us in the pursuit of wealth, and we'll see you on the next one.